that'll be it for hour number 1 on Uncovered Disc number 1. Now we'll begin with hour number 2 on the same disc, Uncovered number 1. Disc 1.
Now let's move forward and expose Jesse Jackson. In exposing Jesse Jackson, we're going to be exposing a great number of things which we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about that controversial turtleneck shirt. We're going to talk about that controversial turtleneck shirt with the blood on it. We're going to expose the real date Dr. King was assassinated. We're going to expose a lot of errors in some of those photos that some were fake. And we're going to expose not only Jesse Jackson's presence at Dr. King's assassination, but also his presence at Malcolm X's assassination, at RFK assassination, that's Robert Kennedy, his presence, Jesse's presence at Martin Luther King's mother assassination in '74. And we're going to expose some sources that places Jesse Jackson in India in 2007, just before Miss Babuto was assassinated. It was Jesse Jackson's own words and conduct that put that blood on his turtleneck shirt. We're going to show what Jesse Jackson said. We're going to show what Jesse Jackson did. Jackson's actions did this after King was assassinated. On April 5th, he was at the Today Show.
This is from the TV Guide in '68 on April 5th, on April 5th, which it will show Jesse Jackson on TV. All that evening he was on TV. Jackson, his name here. He was a scheduled guest down here. This was the following morning, early in the morning of April 5th, after Dr. King was allegedly killed on April 4th.
He was at ABC's Good Morning America show with the turtleneck sweater which had the blood on it. It was on all those shows in the media. He explained how he got Dr. King's blood on his turtleneck. He went to the city council in Chicago on April 5th and got up before Mayor Daley and all those aldermen, all those politicians in City Hall with that turtleneck shirt and those sunglasses, and this is what he said. I come here with a heavy heart. This is the Reverend Jesse Jackson saying to the council and audience, because on my chest is the stain of blood from Dr. King's head. And we just stopped right there. Because whether you want to believe he was bold enough to get in front of an audience and say that he got the blood of someone who was just murdered on his chest, on his shirt, the big question is, why wasn't Jesse Jackson investigated? That shirt was evidence to a murder. It should have been confiscated for evidence. He should have been questioned as a suspect to that point for a murder. Jackson had incriminated himself before the whole world. The rest of the conspirators went into panic mode when they learned that Jesse Jackson got on TV with the blood-stained t-shirt incriminating himself. He was about to blow the whole plan. The conspirators started to make statements trying to explain how Jesse got that blood on his turtleneck sweater.
One of the conspirators has circulated a story that Jesse took some chicken blood and put it on his sweater, and gave his explanation to how Jesse got that blood on his sweater.
Says about he, meaning Jesse, cradling Martin's head in his arm. If he did say that, that was wrong. But when several of them returned from the hospital to the motel, Young, Abernathy brought out from the room a sheet of cardboard from a laundry shirt and bent to begin scooping the blood into a jar. That's how thick it was, scooping up the blood and crying, "This is Martin's precious blood. This blood was shed for us." People did strange things that reflected their own insecurities, and still in his memory, Young now declares, these many years later, "I can see Jesse going over and leaning down and placing both his palms down flat in that pool of blood, and then standing up like this, and Young slowly presses both his hands down his chest, wiping it down the front of his shirt." Young asks, "There's nothing that unusual about it. It's what you would have done. We Baptists, we believe there's power in the blood. Power that's transferable."
I have to explain something to you. Andrew Young is a lawyer. Was a lawyer then, still is a lawyer now. Andrew Young knows that at the scene of a crime, you don't touch the blood. You don't touch anything. He hadn't got his law degree because he didn't know how to think under stress. It's just the opposite. He got his law degree because he's capable of thinking under stress. He's capable of knowing the law. What is the law when you're under circumstances like that? Into Andrew Young's claims and statements later. This is Billy Cowles. Billy Cowles made some outrageous statements also concerning how Dr. King got the blood on his turtleneck sweater.
Billy Cowles made the most outrageous statement. He said to the effect, "Of course Jesse got blood on him. During the turmoil, we all did. There was blood." Making these outrageous statements, basically incriminating themselves with the statements that they were making, trying to do damage control, trying to explain to the public how Jesse could have gotten that blood on his turtleneck sweater. Each one of them trying to do their best to do damage control. They were trying to minimize the importance of him having the blood on his turtleneck. They were trying to downplay it as just some young man who was ambitious and just made a foolish and stupid move, but there was really no harm done after all. He never did anything to really hurt Dr. King. It was more harmless than what it appears. That was the thought process was trying to create, while at the same time trying to cover up the huge hole that had been made in the cover-up of King's assassination. It was the whens and wheres the conspirators could not stand for an investigation. The when and the where did Jesse get the blood on his t-shirt. In just a little bit, you're going to look at why the when and where became so crucial